The Boy and the Mountain of a Man. Once upon a time, in a land of golden hills, lived a young shepherd boy named David. He spent his days watching over his fluffy white sheep. His favorite sheep, Boaz, loved to listen to David play his harp. David wasn't the biggest or the strongest of his brothers, but he had a very brave heart. Can you pretend to play a harp with your fingers? Plink, plank, plunk. Being a shepherd wasn't always quiet. Sometimes, scary animals tried to bother the sheep. One day, a big lion named Lavi crept out of the bushes. David didn't run away. He stood tall and protected Boaz. He knew that God was with him. Can you show me your bravest face? Roar like a lion, then say, "Shoo, lion, shoo!" David's older brothers went off to join the king's army to protect their home. One morning, David's father, Jesse, called him over. "David, take this bread and cheese to your brothers at the camp," Jesse said. David packed his bag quickly. "Can you point to the basket of bread Jesse is holding?" When David reached the army camp, everyone looked very worried. He met a soldier named Barak, who was trembling. "Why is everyone so quiet?" David asked. Barak pointed toward the valley. Something big was happening. "Can you put your hand over your eyes, like you are looking far away? What do you see?" Suddenly, a giant man stepped out. His name was Goliath, and he was as tall as a tree. He wore shiny armor and carried a spear that looked like a fence post. "Is there anyone brave enough to fight me?" Goliath roared. His voice was like thunder. "Can you stand up and stretch your arms as high as you can to be tall like a giant?" David went straight to King Saul. "I will fight the giant," David said. King Saul looked at David's small hands and shook his head. "You are just a boy, and he is a giant warrior," David replied. "I have protected my sheep from lions and bears. God helped me then, and he will help me now. Should David fight the giant? Shout, 'Yes!'" King Saul tried to help. He put his own heavy bronze armor on David. Clank, clunk. It was way too big. David could hardly move his arms or legs. "I can't fight in these," David laughed. He took off the heavy helmet and the metal vest. "Can you make a clank, clank, clank sound as David walks in the heavy armor?" Instead of armor, David went down to a small, bubbling brook. He leaned over the cool water and picked up 5 smooth, round stones. He put them in his shepherd's bag and grabbed his simple leather sling. "Let's count the stones as David picked